Right. Good afternoon. On behalf of Superintendent Hofmeister, my name is Debbie Pham, and I'm with the Office of Head of Program. Today, we're going to go over the Title One program planning, and we're going to go over the components of the program. And this is the webinar number 3. And we welcome you, and just relax and listen. So our objective for today is to review the school-wide plan components and the targeted assistant plan components. Also, the school-wide and targeted assistant planning guiding questions, and connect the Comprehensiveness Assessment, the Title I program components, the guiding questions, and the school-wide and targeted assistant plans templates in the Grants Management System, which is GMS. And we will go over that later at the end of the presentation. A school-wide program is a comprehensive reform strategy designed to upgrade the entire educational program of a Title I school. Emphasis of a school-wide program is on serving all students, improving all structures, and combining all resources, and to achieve a common goal is to improving student learning. On the other hand, the Targeted Assistant Program is a supplemental service program to assist low-achieving students. This uses Title I funds to serve only those students who have been identified as most at risk, support the comprehensive site plan, review services, and assess students on ongoing basis, and revise the plan as needed. Comprehensive data-driven needs assessment and school-wide evidence-based strategies, instruction by certified teachers, high quality on ongoing professional development, strategy to recruit and retain certified teachers. Also, strategy to increase parent and family engagement, plans for successful student transition. Also, strategy to include teacher in a student assessment and instructional decision making. Also, activity to ensure effective and timely additional assistance for students. On the other hand, the targeted assistance school components are comprehensive data-driven needs assessment, student selection criteria, targeted evidence-based strategies, plan for successful student transition, instruction by certified teachers, high quality and ongoing professional development, strategy to increase parent involvement, also coordination of federal, state, and local resources. This is on the targeted assistant plan. So the school-wide and targeted assistant plan, the role of the site principal is to organize information for the school-wide and targeted assistant plan. Also, the responsibility of the principal is to enter information into school-wide and targeted assistant plan template. It needs to be a skilled editor and also maintain copies of both plans. A comprehensive needs assessment is an organized process for identifying, gathering, synthesizing and analyzing information into data that can be used to make informed decisions. Data that must be reviewed: individual student achievement data, Oklahoma State testing program data, and also student progress, data showing growth toward meeting the state academic standards. All the data to review: student and teacher demographics, school climate data, student, teacher, and parent surveys. Also, planning team must develop a system for identifying data, analyzing data, and using data, regularly updating the data. Comprehensiveness assessment is an ongoing process. It is not a one-time event. Student selection. This is for the targeted assistant schools. Title One law requires that the selection of these Title One students ought to be based on educationally related and informally applied criteria established by the LEA and supplemented by the school. Examples of such criteria are report card grade, informal reading inventories, benchmark assessment for diagnostic assessment. These criteria should be used for all students in each particular grade being served. The strategy selected must provide opportunity for all students to meet the state high academic standards, use effective methods supported by evidence-based research. Also include support for low achieving and at-risk students. Effective methods are those that strengthen and add rigor to core academic subjects, increase the amount and quality of learning time, also target basic services for all students, including low achieving, advanced, homeless, and EL students, and students with disabilities, are consistent with state and local school improvement goals. Strategy for increasing learning time include extended school day, extended school year, before and after school classes, summer classes, embedded enriched curriculum, accelerated curriculum. Basic student needs include counseling and mentoring services, survival and social services, college and career guidance, personal financial classes, applied learning projects, team teaching, also vocational and technical training, school breakfast and lunch program, and also language interpreters. Instruction by certified teachers. Every student must be taught by teachers who are licensed and certified to teach in Oklahoma. Every teacher must be certified to teach the grade or subject assigned. So when we have a teacher that is not assigned to teach in that core subject area or the grade level, and they're being put in that class to teach, and they are claiming that teacher on the claim. Yeah, have you ever seen any of the? I'm asking the audience right now. Have you ever seen any? Yeah.
For elementary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's important that we do check the accreditation for the teacher that are certified to teach in the grade or subject that are assigned. And also, teacher must be knowledgeable of the content taught and use best practice methodologies. Also, teacher must be skilled in classroom management and parent communication. Professional development should be planned around class time so that teachers are not removed from the classroom. Also, teachers should have high attendance and limited tardies. Also, teacher evaluation systems should encourage growth. High-quality, ongoing, embedded professional development. Professional development should focus on preparing teachers, principals, and paraprofessionals to help all students meet Oklahoma academic standards. Also, professional development should be driven by student learning gaps. And professional development should have a specific focus area and monitored. Recruit and retain certified teachers. Teachers that are hired to reflect the demographics of the students. Anticipate staffing needs. Recruit and hire early. Train and committed teachers for hard-to-fill positions. Recruit and experience effective teachers to work with lowest achieving students. And you can use Title II to fund for these areas. Also, school programs, activities, procedures should be planned and implemented with meaningful consultation with parents. And school must have a parent involvement policy and a parent compact developed with parent consultation. And that is very important part of their plan. School must hold an annual parent information meeting to explain the Title I program. So I would recommend that when you have that meeting, please save your science sheet and meeting agenda in your minutes on a document somewhere, Word document somewhere, because we will be asking for those documentation on the monitoring, consolidated monitoring, if your district are being monitoring this year. Also, school must implement an ongoing parent and family communication system. Also, school must honor parent right to know requirements. Also, schools should encourage and support parents so they can participate more in the education of their children. I know we got small districts that are hard to get parents to come to the meeting. So I got some, when we monitoring some districts, small districts, they were telling us like they try everything to get the parents to come out for the parent night, and they're having just hard time getting come. So please, parents, so try to get them to come to the parent engagement meeting. And school may provide resource center for parents. That's another thing that's important, that you may want to inform the parents that you have a resource center for them. And you can come, they can come during the day and just check those out. And there are a lot of information for parents that they can, use. Also, assistance for parents and preschool children in transitioning from early childhood programs to elementary school. Assistance for parent and student in any time there is a transition from a familiar to a new situation, from one grade to the next, from one building to another. So we have some districts that they would when they're transitioning the student from kindergarten to first grade, they would put, the kindergarten, take the kindergarten to the first grade to sit with the first grade class and to kind of observe, so they won't get that nervous when they transition from kindergarten into the first grade. And also from one building to another. Some teachers have like 3 or 4 buildings, just like me when I was in college, just UCO. And when I got there, I said, oh my God, which building do I go in? I got there's so many buildings. So transitioning is kind of scary for some kids, for some children. So we will encourage the teacher, the staff to help them, to guide them, and then so they won't get that scary when they go from one grade to another. Also, teacher inclusion in data decisions. Teachers should receive training in using data to make informed decisions. Teachers should be involved in making data-driven decisions about the selection of instructional materials, the selection, interpretation, and use of student assessments, professional development to improve student instruction. So that the teacher can attend professional development for these area to enhance the skills. Interventions. Activities must be in place to ensure that students who have difficulty mastering state standards receive additional assistance. There must be timely student identification using effective diagnostic methodologies. Also, there must be timely prescriptive intervention to help students master deficient standards. And this is on the targeted assistance schools. The local, state, and federal resources should be coordinated to ensure that students receive equitable instructional materials, and when appropriate, increase learning opportunities. So, thing to do next. Make sure you can access plan template in the grants management system, also known as GMS. So any principal out there that, as of now, if you don't have access to the Schoolwide or targeted assistant plan template, please contact myself or your reviewer. Also, there are instructions that we have posted on the federal program website on how to add principal role to GMS. Also, we have instruction how to create or roll forward your FY19 plan. If you have an approved FY19 plan, you can roll the plan over to FY20. Also, prioritize the information gathered from the Comprehensiveness Assessment for each of the program components, and work with the principal, the site principal, can work with the Title One coordinator to edit and prepare copies to address each Title One program component. Any questions?
Consolidated application due?
It is due September 30th, 2019. Yes, the school-wide plan and the application is due by September 30th, 2019. And I will show you, I have a question here. How can I get on the Title One Listserv to make sure I don't miss information about Title One. On your application, there is an, and here's our contact information here. If you have any question, you can contact myself, your reviewer, or Karina. But right now I'm going to go to the, I have a question here. How do we send in the letter of it? Okay. Hold on, there's more question then. Okay, the first question is, how can I get on the Title One Listserv to make sure I don't miss information about Title One? So, I did escape. Oh.
Gotta engage, okay.
Okay.
Gotta wake this up again. There you go.
So if you go to the single sign-on, and I'm going to type in my name. No, they want to know how they can get on the listserv to make sure that they don't miss information about Title One. It's on the email on the application. They have to check if they wanted to receive the email, right?
Yeah, but that's for GMS only.
I thought they had to email Donna, or we have to give Donna her email.
Generally, there is on the web page at the bottom, you sign up for different communications on our OSDE website. It depends what they're asking. If they want information about GMS only on their application,
Sherry, can you call me? I can call you back, and I will walk you through how to get on the listserv. It's kind of, you have to go to a certain page to get on the listserv. So I will call you, I'll get your information here, and I will call you back. And I will walk you through how to get on the listserv so you don't miss information on Title One, okay?
if they want communication from GMS, they have to have their email.
Yeah, I will call, okay. The next question is there a template for the parent compact? Is there a template for the parent compact?
Monitoring toolkit or,
if you're being monitored this year, there is a sample on the Consolidated monitoring toolkit, and it's on. You can find that on our federal program website, or you can call me and I can send you a copy of the parent compact. Ms. Paris, you can call me and I will, if you're not being monitored this year, you can call me and I can email you a copy of the parent compact.
Getting the tools on our website.
And also the tool is the tool and the toolkit is also on our federal program website. So if you're not being monitored, you can still go on our website and look at the toolkit, and there is a sample of the parent compact on the toolkit. Good question, Sherry and Sandra. Okay, the next question we have is, okay, do we have to send in the letter of intent if we are switching from targeted to school-wide? The answer is yes. You have to on your consolidated application, you would go to Title One. I will show you how to get there. Oops, where's my mouse?
It is built in the application.
Yeah, I will show them. Oh.
Yeah, Debbie's
Okay, if you go to the Grants Management Expenditure Reporting, no.
So there's a school-wide intent tab in the.
Okay, I think we some problem with the GMS, but anyway, on your consolidated application, you would go to the Title One application, and there's a tab right next to I think the third tab. It's SW/TA tab. You click on it, and then if you are and then it will ask you, are you transitioning from school-wide to targeted, from targeted to school-wide? You're gonna click yes. And then it will bring up a table, and you have to fill in the principal, the side principal name, phone number. We didn't ask for email this time. And then on the left-hand side, there are sides that you would like to transition from targeted to school-wide. And that would serve at the letter of intent to become school-wide school for FY20. Got another question. It said, please explain again, I'm sorry, about components 6 and 7. I'm still unclear of these. Yes, but GMS is not working right now. But I can tell you briefly, on the component needs assessment 6, which is the school-wide flexibility, which means that if you are implementing school-wide flexibility, for example, if you are paying for a pre-K teacher or a kindergarten teacher with your local and state funds, and you have exhausted those funds, and you want to pay for a pre-K teacher or a part-time kindergarten teacher, and you may use, if you implement the school-wide flexibility, you may use part of the Title I funds to pay for those teachers, but you have to put those on the needs assessment 6 that you're going to implement the school-wide flexibility to pay for a pre-K teacher or a kindergarten teacher, or expenditure that typically not allowable with Title I funds, but with the school-wide flexibility, it will allow you to pay, use Title I funds to pay for those allowable expenditure. And they had to be reasonable and necessary. And also, I was thinking of something. And number seven is the school-wide consolidation of funds. Number 7 is a project. It's called Project 785. It means that when you combine all of your funds, your Title II, your Title IV, your Title III, Title V, and combine them into one pot. And then you use that just one pot to spend on anything that are educational related expenditures. So number 7 doesn't mean that when you transfer funds from Title II to Title VI, or Title II to Title I, or contribute Title I to CAC, that is not considered school-wide consolidation of funds. Those that mean transferring, contribute, or not, that's not consolidating. Consolidating a fund, that means that you combine all of your funds into one pot. And it's Project 785. So when you transfer Title II to Title VI, we call it REAP. And on the number 7, you just put A. You don't put anything on number 7. If you're transferring funds out to other projects, you put A. And it can be 6 or 7. It cannot be both. You cannot put your implementing the school-wide flexibility to pay for a pre-K teacher, kindergarten teacher, and then down number 7, you repeat the same thing. You don't need to. You can, if you are not if you're not using the Project 785, just put A. I'm sorry, but you still, GMS is still down. Ms. Crawford, if you can call me later, I can pull up the Comprehensiveness Assessment 6 and 7, and I can explain that to you in more detail if you didn't get that. And let me see. I know that you are a consultant, so I don't know what district are you calling for, so I don't have your number. Okay. This one? This one, okay. Okay, the next one is, if the site is transitioning from targeted to school-wide, does it put targeted or school-wide on the consolidated application for this year? Okay, if your site is targeted and you're transitioning into school-wide for this year, you can have the designation will be changed to school-wide once you receive the final approved letter from me. Don't click on school-wide yet. Don't click on.
Is it in the consolidated application they're not putting school-wide?
On the consolidated application, when you're transitioning from targeted school-wide, from targeted assistant to school-wide, and it asks you to select your site is targeted or school-wide, please don't click on school-wide yet until you receive the final approved letter from me. Just leave your site designation as targeted until you receive the final approval letter from me. Then we will change your site to school-wide. You can try get in there. Go.
Yeah, see if you can back up. You can drag all that over here if you want. Yeah.
It's my favorite district. You can pause this district. Okay, on your FY20 application, let me kind of refresh your memory a little bit. If you have a FY19 school-wide plan that is previously approved, you can roll over the FY20. without had to create a new plan. So there's instruction on our website how to roll over, and you can go to FY20, and here is a school-wide, this is a school-wide template. So you're going to click on that little arrow in front of school-wide right here, and this district has submitted the plan for review on July 2nd of this year. So before you get ready to submit the school-wide plan to OSDE, please take a moment to go over the plan. And each of these components up here in the blue right here represent a component. So the first component, the overview, is kind of overview what the Title One school plan is about. And you may want to read that, and have my name right here. You can contact me and my email address and my phone number, and click on the Comprehensiveness Assessment. And you need to complete the planning team members on this tab. If you need more lines, more boxes, there is a add additional entry at the bottom of the page right here, and you can add more members if need to, and make sure to save the page. And go to the Comprehensiveness Assessment on steps 6 and 7. And also, as you go along, when you complete these the boxes, please be descriptive. Don't put just one or three, like one sentence. Just so that way we make sure that everything is aligned and consistent with your consolidated application. Yes, yes. Okay, on to step 6, we just talk about the school-wide flexibility. So if you have don't copy and paste this right here and put in this box. This is the question right here, and this is how you describe how you're going to implement the school-wide flexibility. The school-wide flexibility under the ESSA section 1114, which is new. Before is not even exist, but this is new. It's like been a couple of years, so it gives the districts the opportunity to expand the Title One funds. Like pre-K is not mandatory by the state of Oklahoma, but you have exhausted your funds, but you need to hire a pre-K teacher to pay for the pre-K teacher. You can use part of the Title One fund to pay for that pre-K teacher, but you have to put in here that what you want to do and how the services that you're going to provide for those students. So you're going to describe the school-wide flexibility fund, how you're going to use them. And on the 7, school-wide consolidation of funds, which is project 785. If you're not combining your fund into one pot, like I have mentioned before, to upgrade the school-wide system, then you do not need to fill this out. You're repeating right here that should be under step 6, school-wide flexibility. So if you are not combining your fund into school-wide consolidation of funds, you do not need to fill out step 7 and just put NA. It's just one or the other, 6 or 7. And on the step 6, please be descriptive too. You can have how you're going to use the Title One funds. Because of the school-wide flexibility doesn't mean that you can spend on anything. It has to be educational related. It has to be reasonable and necessary. And if you still have your Title One, your local and state funds to pay for a pre-K teacher, then you can use your Title One funds to pay for something else. Not necessarily that you have to use implement the school-wide flexibility just to pay for a pre-K teacher or kindergarten teacher when you still have your Title One funds to spend on them. Because you still remember that you cannot carry over more than 15% of your Title One funds. So don't leave too much fund in your Title One, and don't transfer too much fund. And you can transfer fund into Title One, and you can spend on other stuff. But then at the end of the year, you have too much fund. You have more than 15%, and you're going to have to file a waiver. So 15% is the limit that you can carry over. So if you plan to transfer, don't transfer more than don't leave it more than 15% at the end of the year. So is that clear on 6 and 7 for Ms. Paris?
And let's go on down. Let's skip that. Let's go on down.
We answered this cases. Size decision school-wide. Is it good target? We already answered that, right?
Yeah, they're trying to clarify the question, but I think we'll just repeat it. Let's get past that. See what's down here. Yeah, that was still part of that.
Okay, this one is clear, right? We already.
Let's go down and see. Keep going down.
Now we go into.
Start about here.
No. We go in right
They're
here.
just trying to clarify the question.
No, it's a decision title school-wide is title.
Should only be one provider.
Okay, the another question is the question on the school-wide plan regarding school-wide combination most federal, state, and local funds to provide these services with the air of upgrading the entire educational program and helping students reach proficient and advanced level of achievement, etc., etc. Does that question mean if there's school consolidation of funding? We do not consolidate. That's from Linda Johnson. The question is is the question on the school-wide plan regarding school-wide combination of fund most federal, state, and local funds to provide these services with the air of upgrading the entire educational program and helping students reach proficient in advanced levels of achievement? Does that question mean if the school consolidates funding? We do not consolidate. Now that if you're not consolidating your funds, then you don't need to complete step on the needs assessment, step 7. That should be NA. That's from Linda Johnson from Ardmore, I believe. So Linda, if you're not consolidated your fund, the school-wide consolidation of funds, then you don't need to answer step 7 on the comprehensive needs assessment. You can just put NA. Unless you want to combine all of your funds into one pot and upgrade the school-wide system, then if you want to do that, you you could do that, but if you are not planning to consolidate your funds, then you can implement the school-wide flexibility, which is step 6, and step 7 would be NA. Okay, let's see the next question we have. If we are transitioning from targeted to school-wide, can we use Title One materials for all kids and classrooms? Well, it depends. If you're transitioning from targeted to school-wide plan, you can use Title One for allowable Title One expenditures. That means that anything that are educational related. It doesn't mean that once you're transitioning from targeted to school-wide, you can spend on anything. It has to be educational related, material, and you can serve all students in the school. Supplemental materials. And you can serve all the students. You don't have to identify the student like in this target.
Once they're approved.
Yes, once the plan has been approved, you can operate. Once the plan has been approved, you can operate at a school-wide immediately. You don't have to wait like in the past. You have to wait like we do 1 year planning, but with the new ESSA law, once the plan has been approved and you receive the letter of the final approved letter from me, the site can operate at a school site immediately.
I pulled it down a little bit because there's thank you. Here's one right here.
Okay.
Approved before school.
We will get approval. Okay, another question. Will we get approval for school-wide status before the grant is due? Will we get approval for school-wide status before the grant is due?
They have to submit it at the same time.
Well, we would recommend that when you submit your school-wide plan, if you submit your application at the same time, that will be much easier for our reviewers to review the plan and review your consolidated application at the same time. And again, the plan and the application is due on September 30th, 2019. And I would submit the school-wide plan first. You can go ahead and submit your application, the consolidated application too, if you have it ready, so we can review both at the same time. And for the ones that are rolling over, please check on the box that says the date that the LEA last revised the plan. If you are revising your plan, say today, September the 3rd, you will need to put that date in that box. And let me show you where that box is kind of tricky. You have to kind of have to roll down the middle, at the bottom, and then so right here, when you open the plan, and then you're going to, at the bottom, at the blue bar right here, it's going to scroll down to under Comprehensiveness Assessment. So right here, you can't see anything right here, right? Some of the districts tell me, I can't see anything, the date or anything. Right here, that gray bar at the bottom, scroll to the right. Here's the box we're talking about right here. So if you're going to make revision to your plan, And I would recommend that you would go over the plan first, make revisions, and make sure that your plan aligns with your budget on your consolidated application and your comprehensive needs assessment.
It's off, I promise.
Before you submitted the plan to OSDE. So say the site principal will go in and will click on each component, and he or she gonna make some changes on the plan. So today is September the 3rd. You will need to change that date. Enter the date. The last date the LEA revise the school-wide plan. So you're going to enter 9/03/2019.
So Debbie, just rolling over your plan and changing your date is not really what we're looking for. You also should be reviewing your plan to update for the current fiscal year.
Yes,
correct?
you're also reviewing your plan as necessary. As necessary. You're not just roll over and just let it go. You're going to roll over and you're going to review the plan from FY19 to FY20. There should be changes, I mean, sometimes you using one assessment or some assessments, and those assessments are not working, and you want to change assessment. So you're going to go into the, under reform strategy or one of the needs assessment right here, like the identify data resources, analyze data. And if any of these assessments are not working as you have planned out in FY19, so you want to say, I'm not going to use this assessment because it's not working. Students are not the students are not improving. So we're going to do something else. So if you are planning to change, make revision on your school-wide plan, and you will need to change that date. So right here, you're going to click on each of the components and to complete each of the components. And this is a school-wide plan. And I'm going to go to the targeted assistant plan. It's a little bit different. So this is a target assistant plan. Same thing, you're going to open the plan, and there's an overview of the plan. You're going to click on the Comprehensiveness Assessment, and you make sure that you have a teacher and a parent on the planning team, and you go to the needs assessment, and you're going to go to each of the components. And if you make any changes as necessary during the fiscal year, not just now, but during the year, you're going to make changes to decide, your planning team get together and say, okay, I don't think that plan is working, the assessment that we are using is working, we're going to make some changes. Your team can get together and make changes. So when you make changes, you're going to have to create an amendment. You cannot just go in there and make the changes that you would like to make. You're going to have to create an amendment. And you can make it as many amendments as you like, but every time when you revise the plan, you're going to create an amendment. Any other questions?
That's really the last one.
Okay, where can I find all the PowerPoints on the website? Couldn't find last week. The PowerPoint will be the last PowerPoint already posted on our federal program website, and this PowerPoint will be posted probably by Friday, hopefully by Friday. Your answer did in step 7. The answer is NA if we do not consolidate. Correct. If you, on the school-wide plan, if you do not consolidate, your funds, then the answer would be NA. Any questions from the audience? Sarah, Nora? Nancy, any questions?
No.
Dr. Bayou?
No.
Tom? I know Laura has questions. Come on, Tammy.
They really can't hear their question.
So Debbie, can you show us where the PowerPoint is on the website? Yes. Where's the?
Escape.
Oh.
And then,
Here, links and docs, right?
oh, is under there?
I think we can go to the, no? Yeah.
Main
To the
page.
website, go to the home page. Okay, okay, on the state home page, you go to services, click on services, and then click on federal program. And then you will go to Title One. On the right-hand side in the blue box, click on Title One. And then click on Title One, Part A, Improving Basic Programs operated by state and local educational agencies. And then you're going to scroll down to almost the end of the page to find the webinar. You will pass the supplements on the plan in right here. We have posted the previous 2 webinars and also the instructions, step-by-step instructions right here, and other webinars that we have presented. So, for Title One. So if you would go to here, and they will be right here. It's the same thing. You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions? We'll just another minute or 2, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, well, thank you so much for attending today's webinar, and we'll see you next time. All right, thank you.